Hi everyone! I figured it was time for another video in my German Girl in London series, and today I want to talk about internships in London because I know this is one of those topics that kind of gets a bit like mystified almost, because there seems to be a rumour that it's like really hard to get an internship in London, and just that it's like this thing a lot of people want to do and something that sounds really impressive, like, oh yeah, I'm doing this internship in London. But I just want to tell you what really is behind all of this, because there's so many agencies that will say pay us 500 euros and we will get you a top internship in London, and I just think you should know before you think about signing up to one of these things. So let's go. First off, I came to London through an internship, and I was definitely in that position where I was totally like, oh, internship in London, it must be so hard to get one, like I can't believe it. And I got through my internship through knowing someone that actually had used one of those agencies that get you internships in London, but because she had already interned, she didn't have to tell me about the agency anymore because she could just tell me about the person she interned with. So I basically skipped the agency part, so I never had to pay the agency. But what I really learned by interning in London and by just having lived in London for over 4 years now is that you do not need an agency, really. The agencies are probably rubbing their hands because they're making so much money for basically doing nothing, because number one rule, everyone in London loves interns because they are usually cheap or free even. They're free or at least cheap. You can make them do anything, and there's just so many companies in London that can really use some free help. So do not pay an agency unless it's like a super specific job, like if you want to work at Google. I don't think an agency could get you that anyway, but if you want like a really high caliber internship, then it's going to be hard either way, so there isn't going to be a quick fix, I don't think. But if you want an internship in like most fields, it's so easy to get one. Even if you are still living in Germany, you can just apply to any London company and they'll most likely say, yeah, of course you can intern with us. I mean, it obviously depends what company. If you're going to apply for an internship at Sony Music, they might not come back to you, because I think most of these companies have internship schemes that are actually paid. But if you are willing to do an unpaid internship, then behold, because it's so easy to get that. Just go in the field that you want, try and just research some companies in London, maybe companies you already know. Send them an email or go on their website, see if they have any advertised anyway, because a lot of companies do that. They'll just have like a tab that will just say speculative intern applications, and you can just put your CV in and maybe you'll be lucky. And don't worry about being foreign, that's usually not a bad thing here at all. They probably won't care. So that's the first thing. The second thing is a lot of internships are scams. So that's why you want to make sure you apply directly with the company and not through loads of websites or agencies. There's a lot of websites that will be like internshipsinlondon.com. This might not be a real website, so don't quote me on that. But just websites like that, they just like try and bait you with something that sounds too good to be true. And if something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. So don't do any of that. Don't look for like German interns in London. None of that, because none of that's going to be real. None of that's going to be legit. Another thing is, like I said, being an intern in London is usually unpaid. That's really easy to get. Some internships are amazing when they're unpaid, like they actually get you to do really cool stuff, and it is worth it. But obviously it's really expensive to do if you don't get any payment. You have to like save up for it or do a job while you're an intern, which if it's a full-time internship, it can be really difficult to fit in like a part-time job or a weekend job. That really depends on what kind of internship it is, but usually employers here, if they are nice, they usually know how hard it is to be an intern, so they let you like leave early, or they let you have a certain days off, give you like flex time. So definitely don't be discouraged. There's lots of ways to make it work. Some internships, like the one I did, it was a photography internship. The internship itself was unpaid, but as I became better as a photographer, I actually got to do some photography work, and the payment I could keep myself, so that's another way that it could work for you. It just really depends on the industry. Like if you want to be like a marketing manager, then that would probably not happen, but there's just so many internships out there. So again, I'm sorry that this video is probably all over the place, but just keep in mind that it's not this like big impossible thing. It's actually really easy to land an internship in London. The thing that is hard is to land a high quality, high paid internship, because there's going to be so many people applying for that. So don't get your hopes up too much for stuff like that. Of course, do apply, do your best, but don't be disheartened. It's really hard to get one of those because they're basically like jobs, so really difficult. You can definitely get a badly paid internship or an unpaid internship in your dream career. It's not that difficult. Almost everyone offers them. Again, write directly to the company. Do not use agencies. Do not use any of those bait websites. Just be confident in yourself. You can definitely do it. You have the skills, and once you're here, you've got a foot in the door. I mean, everyone has to live through the crappy internship years, I think personally. I mean, I did it twice, and it is really difficult to live on no salary or really low salary, but it does teach you a lot, and if the internship is actually good and worth it, then it will pay off in the end, and sometimes they'll offer you a job, so that's good. And if the internship turns out to be really crap, then leave, because, I mean, you don't get paid. You usually don't get a super formal contract, so you're free to go. So don't take it too seriously. You know, you can pick and choose, basically. Just started to sit here like really thoughtful. That's basically all I wanted to say, because I get a lot of private messages about internships, and people are just seem really afraid, like, oh, I don't think I can get one, like, oh, I really want to intern in London. Just do it. It's the same as if you were to intern in your home country, I promise. Just apply and do your best, and that's all there is to it. No one's going to look twice at your application because you are German or French or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just believe in yourself and go for it, and let me know how that worked for you. I hope this helped you, and I hope you don't waste your money on one of those stupid agencies that does nothing for you. So thanks so much for watching. I have a load of videos on like my life here in London and my experiences, so the playlist is linked below. If you like these videos, maybe subscribe, and see you soon. Bye!